morning, and welcome to Conceptual Corey's comfy couch of correctly compiled, cool, and compelling conversation. I'm your host, Conceptual Corey.
And I'm Cash Money Colby, and I would be willing to bet that you can't say that 5 times fast.
I would be willing to bet that I can. Anyway, let's move on. Our topic for today, prediction markets. And before we get into the nitty-gritty details, let's take a look at the history.
Records say that the history of prediction markets goes all the way back to the 16th century, where the first known prediction markets was about who's going to be the next pope. Hello, I am Archbishop Christoph III, and I do believe that I would make the best pope because I have this entire book memorized front to back, and God is also my best friend on Snapchat.
Hello, my name is Archbishop Frederick IV. I think I would be a good next pope because not only have I memorized this book front back and back front, my great grandfather helped write it. His name was Paul. And me and Jesus just celebrated our 10-year friend anniversary on Facebook. I predict that Christoph will be the next pope because of his in-touchness with God.
Well, I predict that Frederick will be the next pope because of his long relationship with Jesus and his incredible history of the Bible.
Maybe.
If only there was a better way to predict the Pope. The light that is in my head has been illuminated.
Wow, that sure was historically accurate.
And incredible just how well that 500-year-old footage stayed.
Yeah, and I don't know who those archbishops were, but they sure look familiar. Anyways, fast forward to the 1900s, prediction markets were becoming more and more popular, but mainly for predicting political elections.
The next president will surely be Roosevelt. He'll get reelected without even breaking a sweat.
Have you lost your mind? It's definitely going to be Alton Parker, the Honorable New York Judge.
Well, I think we know who made the money that time.
Fast forward another 84 years to the first prediction market completely done electronically and made by the University of Iowa. The University of Iowa is quite obviously the most prestigious university in the whole U.S. We have just created the most influential piece of intricate machinery the world has ever seen. An electronic prediction market, which is why I already know that Michael Dukakis will win the upcoming presidential election.
Am I some sort of joke to you? You're clearly wrong. Also, George H.W. Bush has like a 75% chance of winning the election thanks to your fancy electronic prediction market.
It makes me a proud Iowan to know that we are on the cutting edge of something so important.
And now, let's dive into the details and learn a little bit about how these prediction markets really work. Prediction markets are based on a binary event where something either will or will not happen. They make the result of this future event tradable.
Essentially, it's placing a bet on the probability of specific results in certain situations, such as elections, sales of a company, price fluctuations of commodities, and even changes in the weather. The value of a bet will in most cases reflect the probability of an outcome.
As you can see here, the probability of the event is 70%. This means that every bet you make for the event to happen will cost you 70 cents, or 30 cents if you are betting that it won't happen. When the outcome is final, you make $1 for every correct bid and nothing for every incorrect bid. This means that the people who bid on a likely event and are correct will make less money than the people who bid on a long shot event and are correct as well.
In this case, the highly probable event returns 30 cents on the dollar if correct, and the unlikely event returns 70 cents on the dollar if correct. These prediction markets are a common way of getting people's real opinions on things such as elections. The bigger the pool of bidders, the more accurate the bet becomes. So where do we go from the current prediction markets? Currently, most prediction markets are relatively small in scale or limited geographically. With crowd thinking being employed so heavily in prediction markets, the larger the crowd, the better the accuracy.
New prediction markets such as Bodhi and Augur, which use blockchain technology to handle the transactions, are beginning to employ global prediction markets that target a wider range of people and are more likely to be more accurate.
Well, thanks for tuning in. I'm Conceptual Corey,
And I'm Cash Money Colby.
and we'll see you next time on Conceptual Corey's Comfy Couch, a correctly compiled, cool, and compelling conversation.
Hey, I don't think you ever said our show title 5 times fast.
Well, here we go. Conceptual Corey's Comfy Couch, a correctly compiled, cool, and compelling conversation. Conceptual Corey's Comfy Couch, a correctly compiled, cool, and compelling conversation. Conceptual Corey's Comfy Couch, a correctly compiled, cool, and compelling conversation. Yeah, you know what? It's not worth it.